few moments to read that to yourself, just the why, and give me a thumbs up once you have that read in your mind. So why is it important? That's what Jamar is looking at the board already. Angela? I'd like for you to whisper to your partner one reason why it is important that we're learning about fractions, whether adding, subtracting, or comparing fractions. 30 seconds, very quickly, whisper to your partner. So how could you use fractions? So when you're cutting things, you're actually cutting things. How else could you use fractions? Besides this. What are you talking about? Any other areas? So how can you use fractions? How can you compare? You can Class? Let's bring it back together. Sorry to cut you off the conversation. Why? Why is learning about fractions, whether we're comparing fractions, whether we're adding, subtracting fractions, is important? Jasmine, can you give me one reason why?
I like trying to bake something, and you read a book from it, and it says you and add one cup of flour. You might not know your fractions.
Excellent. Let's give her 2 snaps for that. 1, 2, 3. 2 snaps. Remember, this is your strong hand snap. Can I see your strong hand snaps? Can I hear your weak hand snaps? This is my weak hand because my left hand I can't really snap strong. Excellent. Good. Thank you very much for sharing. Has anyone ever baked? Raise your hand if you ever baked before. Hands down. Now, raise your hand if you've ever used measuring spoons or measuring cups to bake whatever you were baking, whether it's cake, cupcakes, muffins. Hands down. Have you ever noticed the numbers that are on there?
Yeah.
What do you notice that's on? Can I have a scholar? What do you notice that's on those spoons and on those cups? If you've ever noticed. If you haven't, go home and check them out. Raymond.
You notice fractions of measurement?
Right, fractions. And we're measuring things when we're baking things, right? What are some things you can measure? You can measure flour. What else can you measure? Jamari?
Cake.
Oh, cake mix, right? If you're someone like me who just uses the box, cake mix from the box. What else, Kaylee?
Measure like water.
Water as well. Good. Furman, Anthony.
Measure liquids.
Whatever liquid it is, whether it's water, whether it's oil, whatever it is. Anthony, and then Kayla, last one. Anthony.
Flour.
You measure flour, and last but not least, and sugar as well. Good. So when we're baking things, adding and subtracting fractions is important. And how is it related to what we've already read? I'm going to give you what we've already learned. I'm going to give you a few moments to read that out loud to yourself in your head. How is this related to what we've already learned? So if you can give me a thumbs up once you have read that for me, please. How? So I see Darian's looking at that already. So Jasmine's reading that. You can see the rest of it. Group 3, Group 5 is ready. So it's Group 4. We're still reading this. I'm going to give you a few moments. Hands down. How is it important? Now that we know that fractions are a part of a whole, right? Like a part of a cake, like a part of a full spoon. We can, and if we add and subtract, basically when we add fractions, we're adding parts together. And when we subtract fractions, we are subtracting parts from each other, right? And we're going to be either end up having something bigger or something small. Let's figure out. So our goal for today. Can I have a scholar read to me our goal, which is in bold here. Our goal for today. Christian, can you read that out loud?
Today the goal is now when we have an add or subtract fraction.
Our goal is to know when we have to add and subtract fractions. That's our goal. Can I have a scholar repeat what I just said? We'll cover this up a little bit. What is our goal? In your own words, without looking at the board, what is our goal for today? I'll give you a few moments to think about it. What is our goal? At the top of your paper, I would like for you to write down the goal for today. What are we going to do today? Right? So I'm going to cover this. I'm actually going to close this window up a little bit. And I want you, on your sheet of paper at the top, I want you to write down in one sentence, what is the purpose of today's lesson? In your own sentence. I'm going to give you one. Let's see. Oh, here. My phone's right here. At the top. If you can write down in one sentence, what is our main goal for today? And I'm going to walk around and check. Okay. Try to sound out the best we can for now. Good. I want you to raise your pencil once you are finished. That's going to let me know that we're ready to move on. Can you just do this? Or can you just... Excellent. I need 3 scholars. 3 scholars. What is our goal? What is our goal? And I want to see whether we have something similar. If you find that someone else wrote something very similar to you, I want you to show it to me with your hand signals. I'm going to start off. Keyshawn, can you share with us what is our goal before we get going?
Our goal is to learn when you're supposed to know to add or subtract.
Good. Looking around the room, he says, can you repeat that one more time for us, please?
You're supposed to know when to add or subtract.
Did anybody else write something very similar to that? We have to know when we have to add or subtract. Anybody else like to add on to that before we get going? Jasmine, last one.
Goal is to know when you need to add or subtract in story problems.
Right, in story problems. So we have to know when we have to add and subtract in story problems. And I see Juliana showing hands up. Excellent. That's essentially what it is. Let's move on now.